this afternoon. All right, today's lesson we're going to talk about order of operations. Okay, order of operations. So, before we do that, we're going to do a little bit of review. And I know it's also new for you guys, so we're going to go ahead and just do these together. Okay? When you're dividing by powers of 10, so 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, there's an easy trick. So we're going to talk about our easy trick today. Okay, you can see here I'm going to divide 5 and 25 hundredths by 100. Okay, if I count how many zeros there are, there's 1, 2, correct? Okay, so all I have to do is take the decimal and move it 2 places to the left. So my answer here will be 0 and 525 ten thousandths. Okay, so notice our decimal was here. I moved it twice. In order to move it twice, I had to put a 0 in there. Okay, now number 2 is a little trickier because they said it's 10 to the power of 3, which means that this is going to be a 1 with how many zeros after it? 3 zeros. That's correct. So you guys remember that from doing our power lessons, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so then we count our zeros. We have 1, 2, 3. So how many times do I have to move my decimal?
3 times. 3 times.
3 times. So if I move it once, it takes care of the 4, so I need to add 2 zeros. So there's my decimal, 2 zeros, and then, so this is 423 100 thousandths. 423 100 thousandths. Okay? So just like that. Yes, sir?
How do you know where to put the decimal?
Because, see the decimals right here, right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many zeros do I have?
3.
So I just move it 3 places. 1, 2, 3. Now there's nothing in these 2 places, so I filled them in with zeros. That's how. So when you're dividing by tens, hundreds, and thousands, it's the easiest way to do it. Okay? And yes, sir. I know. I put a 0 over it. Okay, so here we have 10 to the first, which is just, it's just 10. So how many zeros are in 10? 1. So that means I need to move this 1 place. So that's 1 and 25 hundredths. Now I'm doing all these because this is, I want you to see it. It's something that we're going to be doing later. Okay? So I'm dividing this by 10. How many zeros are there?
1.
1. So all I have to do is move my decimal 1 place to the left. So right there, it's going to be point decimal 0017. Okay? Or 17 ten thousandths. 85 and 7/10 divided by 1,000. How many zeros are in 1,000? 3, which means I need to move my decimal 3 places. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to need a 0 right there, right? So 0, 7. And right here, 10 to the second. So how many zeros are going to be in 10 to the second? 2. So I need to move this 2 places. So I'm going to have 1, need to add a 0, and then 295 ten thousandths. Now, I know a lot of you are probably saying, Mr. Bevel, okay, I get that. It's a trick, but how does it work? Well, let me show you. If I use the number 8 and 4/10, okay, and I divide this by 10. And I'm doing that because I don't have a lot of room down here, so it's a small, nice, easy number to do. Okay, this decimal goes straight up, correct? All right. 10 goes into, you look at the whole number, 10 goes into 84, 8 times. That's 80. Okay, so that's 4 comes down. And I add a 0 at the end, which I can also bring down. Because remember, I can add as many zeros as I want to the right of a decimal. It does not change the value of the number. So now I have 10 goes into 40. How many times does 10 go into 40?
4 times.
4 times. Look at my answer. There's my decimal. There's my 8 and my 4. So if I look at my 10, I had 1 0, right? All I did was move my decimal one place to the left, and that was my answer. Okay? All right, just a little math trick. Just a little math trick. Okay, and there's your answers just in case you thought that maybe I wasn't telling the truth. Yes, Bridget?
You know how if you, when you do that, you just kind of add a 0? Well, what if you have your decimal and you don't add an extra number?
Then you don't add zeros. So if you, let's say, let me see. Well, this one's a good, perfect example. Number 3, this is what you're talking about. So see, I have my decimal here, and I only had to move it one place, so it was in between the 1 and the 2. That's no zeros. Look, it's 1 in 2,500. See the answer?
Yeah, so if there isn't no number, it's a 0.
Right. If you move it so many places that there's no number there, 0 use your placeholder. Okay? All right. So now today we're going to talk about order of operations. All right. If you guys look in your math book on chapter 7, lesson 2, which I believe is 487. Right? On 487, this is the example on page 487. So we're going to evaluate the expression 12 times 4 plus 10 times 8. Okay, remember order of operation, PEMDAS. PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So, P, what's the first thing we're going to do? Parentheses. Okay. E, exponents. And I don't know how to do exponents on my computer, so we'll just put exponents. M, multiply. Multiplication. So better move that over there. D, division. Now, multiplication and division. I know that multiplication comes first when you say PEMDAS, but these actually happen in order. The same thing with the next one. A is addition, and S is subtraction. So that's the order of operations. Now, if we division, multiplication and division go in order. Okay? Addition and subtraction go in order. So, these two go in order. And these two go in order. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Mr. Tang. What? Huh? Okay, we'll get you another marker. 1 second. Okay, so PEMDAS says we do multiplication first. So we have a multiplication problem, an addition problem, and a multiplication problem. So we have to do both multiplication problems first. So the first thing we do is we multiply 12 times 4, which is?
48.
Fantastic. Now we have 48. So we bring 48 down here. See the little V's underneath the problems to let you know which one they're doing next. So now we do 10 times 8. 10 times 8 is?
80.
80. Then we add the two together. 128. Who said that over there? Good job, me. So it's 128. So they burn 128 calories. Okay? Now, they already had it all laid out for us, so we just solved it. Now let's go back and talk about why we set it up this way. If we look at our problem, it says the table shows a different number of calories burned in 1 minute for 2 different activities. The 2 different activities are swimming and running. Okay? It says Nathan swims for 4 minutes. Okay? So swimming has 12 per minute. 12 calories per minute. So 12 times 4 equals the number of calories that he burned when he was swimming. And then he runs for 8 minutes. Running burns 10 calories per minute. So 10 times 8 is the number of calories that he burned while running. So then once we do that, we have to add the calories from swimming and the calories from running together to get how many he burned in all. Okay? So good job. As you can see, there it is, 128 calories. You guys did awesome. All right. Number 2. Now, example number 2 is a little bit different. They have what you call brackets and braces along with their parentheses. All that means is there's parentheses inside parentheses. So if we say that we're going to do parentheses first, let's take a look. Okay, we know that we're going to do parentheses first, right? Well, here's our first set. These are actually called braces. Okay, they have a little point in the middle and they're bent like that. You see that? Look kind of like a backwards 3. Only the middle of the 3 is backwards as well. I shouldn't say a backwards 3. It looks like a 3 with the middle of the 3 backwards. Alright? And then, so those are braces. Then inside the braces we have brackets. Now brackets are kind of cool. They look like an E without the middle. So they just go pink like this. Alright? So the parentheses, instead of having a U shape, but once again it doesn't really, and then inside those we have our parentheses. All that matters is you start, if I know that I start inside the first parentheses, then I see another set and another set, I start all the way inside first. Okay? So now, with the 10 divided by 2, which is what they have us doing over here. Okay, so we have to write the expression out. So we have 20 minus, these are braces, 4 plus, this is a bracket, 4 plus 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So we put that down here. Now look at, we have to rewrite the whole problem. 20 minus braces, 4 plus bracket, 4 plus 5, close the bracket, close the braces. Okay? 4 plus 5 is inside the brackets, inside the braces, so that's next. 4 plus 5 is 9. So now we have 20 minus braces 4 plus 9, right? So 4 plus 9 is inside the parentheses, so we have to do that first, and it is 13. And the answer is 7. Good. So the math itself is simple. We just have to make sure that we do it in order. All right. You guys can all divide. You can all add. You can all subtract. You can all multiply. Okay. So just take your time and make sure that you do these in the right order. As long as you're doing them in the right order, you'll get the right answer. Okay. Once again, there's all of our answers. All right. So our guided practice right now. So we need to evaluate 28 inside. We have braces, brackets, and parentheses. Now, there's a typo. You guys see the typo? See here, it's 4 to the second power. That's the way it's supposed to be written. So inside your book, I want you to cross off the 2. All right, and I am going to change the color of my pen here and get rid of the 2.
Ours is already like that. Right.
Oh, yours is right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So they just did it for my amusement, I guess. So let me fix mine. Okay. Oh, I didn't want to duplicate it. I wanted to bring it out front, but it's not letting me do it. Alright. I'll just have to leave it up there. You guys get the idea. Alright, so instead of 42, it's supposed to be 4 to the second power. You guys said that your book already has it, so that's fantastic. So now I fixed mine, okay? So now what we need to do is we need to write the expression. So we're going to rewrite the expression. So we need to move 28 down here. Okay, so we have 28. Boom. 28 plus brackets, parentheses, 2 times 4 to the second power divided by 8. Okay? 4 to the second power is... No, 4 to the second power is 4 times...
Oh, 16.
4 times 4. Come on. Look at, remember the power says how many times that number shows up in a multiplication problem, right? So 4 times 4 is 16. So if it was 4 to the third power, it would be 4 times 4 times...
4.
So 16 times 4 would be... 64. Very fast. Like it. All right, so it's 16. So now, we go inside the parentheses. So here's parentheses, another set of parentheses. Remember I said we start with the parentheses inside all the parentheses. So now we have 2 times 16, which is 32. Now we do 32 divided by 8 because it is inside the parentheses. 4. Now 28 plus 4 is 32. Good job. Fantastic. Okay. So there's your answers. It's fantastic. Good job. Now, right here, I want to know why it is important to follow the order of operations when evaluating. So I want you to solve this in 2 different ways. I want you to start from the left, from the left side of your problem, and I just want you to do this problem going to the right.
How it is?
Exactly how it is. So 15 plus 3 times 4. Do it in that order. Yes, on your whiteboards. While I'm talking to you. So, in order to do it in this order, we have 15 plus 3, which is 18. Then we take 18 and we multiply that by 4 and we get 72. It's okay, we'll get you on. 72. Now, do it in the correct order. What would the correct order be according to order of operation?
15.
What would the correct order be?
12 plus 4 times.
So we're going to do the multiplication first because according to order of operation, we do multiplication first, correct? So I put my little v down here. 3 times 4 is?
12.
So I rewrite my whole problem. So I have 15 plus 12. 15 plus 12 equals 27. Is 27 a little different than 72?
Yes. No. Yes.
It's very different than 72. It is very important that you guys use order of operation. Otherwise, even though we did all of our math was correct, we added right, we multiplied right, but we have the wrong answer because we did them in the wrong order. Yes, Miss. You need a marker too? All right. Moving on. Okay. We're going to evaluate some expressions. Your homework for tonight is going to be the independent practice. 2 through 16 on page 489 and 490. Okay? I am going to work the first one with you because there's a certain way that I want you to show your work. I have number 2 says it's 5 times parentheses 92 minus 18 close parentheses equals, and there's our line. I want to make sure that you put a V down here and you're going to write your answer for that. Then you're going to say 5 times your answer equals, once you have your answer down here on this line, you're going to move it up to that line, okay? Over here. Now, they put your powers inside parentheses, even though your exponents are going to come first. Okay? Just draw an arrow down. Put your answer here. Rewrite your problem. Solve your problem. Actually, this one you won't be solving. You're going to have to do this. Bring your answer down. Minus 11 equals. Then you're going to solve it. And you're going to move your answer up. Okay? So, I hope that me laying those first 2 out for you helps you. If you have any problems or concerns, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 8:30, I will be in the classroom in the morning. Otherwise, good luck.